All right, everybody, we're back in Islanders, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've started a new game, but I don't want to continue these play sessions from a tiny little island, so I'm going to build this up and fast forward to maybe a level 3 or level 4 island, and then we'll start building up from there. So I will see you all in just a minute. Oh my gosh, make it stop. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to this freaking game, man. Okay. I've built up 3 islands and they all look really cool. It's time to move on to the 4th island. We can see how big it is. Hopefully it's not raining. Hopefully it's nice and sunny. And oh my gosh, I could just stay here all day trying to make these cities look beautiful. Whew. Okay, here we go. Yes. Start expedition. Oh my god, it's wonderful. Oh my gosh, I could cry. There's so much flat ground. This is going to be the most glorious city in all of history. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Let's go. Statue. I remember this. Sometimes you start with a statue pack. Let's do it. So we get 3 statues, and we get to place them around in key locations where we think they'll be valuable. And that's already got me nervous. Because the thing is, when they give you this much control over how you can construct your city, it's a lot of pressure, right? So what I'm thinking is, if I put the statue in a centralized location, I'll be able to get huge advantage from houses and cities built around the statues. So I'm going to put one there in the center of all of this stuff. I'm going to put another one in the center of all these trees. And then I'll put the 3rd statue over here in the center of all these trees. So we should have... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to place the 3rd one because we already have enough for a new pack. So let's open that up and see what we get. Straight away, a lumber pack. That's easy points for us. So let's get it started. Oh, man. Seriously, if you haven't gone out and spent the $5 to buy Islanders, in general, I wouldn't tell people how to spend their money. But this is such an easy way to relax and enjoy yourself. It takes very little thought to play it and enjoy it, and it's oh so satisfying. Because I've recently started playing Magic the Gathering Arena online, and while that game is very... It doesn't take a lot of manual dexterity to play it, but it takes a lot of concentration. And in general, when I play games just for fun, I'll put on a podcast or I'll put on some music or something. But when I'm playing Magic the Gathering, if I'm listening to a podcast while trying to play that game, I'm basically not listening to a podcast. It's very difficult to concentrate on super high level strategy while listening to someone talk, and actually being able to retain that kind of information is difficult. While trying to concentrate on, okay, well, this guy's going to do this attack, and if I do this, I can defend against it, and blah, 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 blah. But with Islanders, it's such a simple premise that while it does have a strategy to it, it's not something that will completely overwhelm all of your judgment and all of your thinking, and just make it feel like you can't focus on anything else while this is going on. I almost wish this had a mobile version, because this is one of the few games that I would play on a cell phone, because Temple Run is trash, let's be honest. Anyway, I just picked up a city pack, so we have a city center and a couple of buildings that we can place down. Now what's interesting, something I never really took note of is that the city center gains bonuses for being next to houses when it's initially placed down. But I'm pretty sure the houses and things get bigger benefits from being placed around the city center, so it's probably always best to place the city center first. I'm considering placing it right now, but I also think I can get to the next tier without having to place it yet. So I'm kind of stocking up on houses and mansions and stuff if I do that. So let's continue with the lumber packs and see what we can do, because we've still got one more guy that we can place down. And if we do it right, we can get some big pointage for it. I think 25 is probably the most that I can get from this guy, because we've spread out a lot of lumberjacks around, and the sawmill gains bonuses for all of them, and of course, our strategically placed statues. Let's take the brewing pack, because you've always got to have beer in your city. But yeah, you know, it's been really nice having a much more diverse roster of games that I play, both for enjoyment and for the iBluairJgR YouTube channel. It's very nice to have some variety, because in general, my strategy, if you want to call it that, has been to focus up on a single game and make as much high-end, super curated content for that one thing as much as possible. But I've been making a lot of, I'm not going to call this low effort, but I've been making easier to make videos for several games, and it's been enjoyable, man. It's been really enjoyable. I've been a lot more satisfied lately with the content that I'm making, even though it's not as intricate and complex. And that's not to say that I don't get huge satisfaction from making really big detailed videos. It's just that there's been something about this recapturing of the essence of gaming, as I've been calling it, that has been it's been really amazing. We got some mansions to plop down. Cause okay, I'll give you an example, right? Cause I'm working on a really cool curated video for The Division. It's gonna be freaking awesome, if I do say so myself. I'm tooting my own horn a little bit, but just from the little bit that I've worked on of it so far, it looks great. Because The Division has a photo mode, which I firmly believe every game that gets released should come with a photo mode. If you're thinking about making a game and you're considering not including a photo mode, stop and change your thought process immediately, because photo modes are awesome. Because even Islanders, they added a photo mode in their last patch. You can just turn off the HUD and look at how gorgeous this game's art style is. And you can do that in Destiny 2, you can do it in The Division 2. Unfortunately, you can't run around while you have the HUD off in The Division 2, but just allowing people to marvel at the beautiful landscapes that have been created is really important. And The Division's photo mode, coupled with the realistic recreation of Washington, D.C., makes for some crazy, amazing sceneries. Now, we got a brick industry, but I don't think there's going to be a huge value from this. But at the very least, we can start placing down the sand pits, but I'll save the brickyard itself, because maybe if I get a huge line of sand pits, then I can place the brickyard up on top of this pillar structure, and then it'll get some big points. So we'll just save that for now, and we'll place it if an emergency comes up and we desperately need the points. So right, yeah, I'm really excited to put out to finish the curated Division video that I'm working on. And to an extent, it's going to be more satisfactory when I finally do put it out, because it's going to come after having made so many simple videos that doing something complex is going to feel like, whoa, I remember this. I remember the feeling of trying to be super artistic and extra creative with stuff. Now, there's not a lot of space over here. I'm trying not to delete the trees because I think they look pretty, but we don't have a lot of space to work with for our mansions around the city center. So maybe I should change to something else. Maybe this should just be a few mansions, a couple of farms, and a couple of hops fields, and then call it a day. I'm a little bit worried here because I don't want to screw this up, because we have such a beautiful island, And if I play these buildings wrong, that could ruin things. Maybe what I could do is put down another statue and have that act as a pseudo city center and then build a bunch of houses around it. And then when I do finally get a new city center, I bam, smash that bitch down and it just gets crazy points. That's what I'm going to try here. So we'll just put it kind of a little bit offset. Can I put it up there? No, of course not. So we'll put it here. And then we're just going to build some houses around it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I've tried to leave space for a park if we get one, so we can put a little bit of stuff in between those, in between that crack. We got a shaman. That should provide us with some mega points because there's a lot of flowers up here. Yep, that's insane. The shaman would negatively affect a city center that would go up here, but 50 points is absurd. The city center is just going to have to suffer a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's happening again. I'm going into brain dead mode while I'm trying to build stuff. But I say all that stuff about content and my personal enjoyment of the content that I've been making to say that I hope everyone else has been enjoying this stuff as well. The people that are watching, I hope you guys are enjoying, because at the end of the day, a huge part of my enjoyment of making videos comes from other people enjoying them and commenting and saying that they had fun watching. At this point, though, I'm willing to say that I've mastered Islanders. I am amazing at this game now, and I'm ready to make a guide for it. Every game has a meta, and Islanders is no different. Today, we're going to talk about the optimal building placement in this game. Let's get started. Ah, my gosh. It's thoughtful, but also dramatic. Gets a bonus for each nearby mansion, mill, seaweed farm. But the mansions aren't giving it points. Huh. Well, I guess that dream is dead. That's not a big deal, because we finally unlocked a park. So we get to decorate a little bit, and we have extra fountains as well. So we can probably make things really, really attractive right now, because we can squeeze this in here just like that and get mega points. And now we have a pathway within our city. Something I did in one of my other island playthroughs when I was just playing by myself is I was using the parks as decorations for the city. So this guy now has a path leading directly out of his house, and I guess it could lead to a fountain. But see, this is where the game starts to get insane, because if you plan things well enough, then you can make these really beautiful looking areas, and that's always the goal. And we got some more parks that we can play with, so let's continue playing with them and decorating a little bit. We'll have this one coming out of we'll have it coming out of this. Nah, I still have to be a little bit careful about how I use things, because I'm not super far ahead in terms of points. So my placements should still be semi-optimal. So right here we're getting a big 23, and the decorative effects are also very strong. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. And the park will lead directly into the fountain. That's gorgeous. This may be the most beautiful city that I've ever made. A little bit of foresight has potentially given me an advantage here. I have a sawmill that I can place down next to a lumberjack for a couple of points there, and then I can take out this warehouse and gain bonuses from the statue, the sawmill, and the brewery. So I'm triple dipping, and there's another sawmill behind it as well. So we're getting a lot of points coming into this. This is good. This is good. This is the first time that I've built such a multi-tiered structure, a multi-layered island, and I'm super paranoid that I'm gonna mess it up. Because one wrong move and it's all over, folks. Because I don't have a lot of buildings to put down right now. Well, I just got a gold mine. Hopefully that's a gold mine of points that I can get. It gave me a park and another water plateau, which is nice, but I don't really know how the gold mine works. So the base score is -20, but it gains bonus points for being next to a gold deposit. And it seems like I get points from the gold deposit itself. Oh yeah, that's big. Alright, and the jewelry store, it has a base score of -35, gets bonuses for being next to a gold mine and mansions. Oh, I sort of don't know how to make this effective. So it loses points for being next to a wall, houses, also known as poor people, and other jewelry stores. So I guess I have to start building a whole new city of mansions just so I can make this jewelry store effective. Alright, well, let's place down another city center. It's just far enough away from the one that we have on top of the hill. Wasn't expecting for things to get so intense, because I desperately don't want this game to end before I've completely filled this island to capacity. No! Oh my god. Look at all those points that I'm not going to be able to get because there's no space. Damn it. Damn it. I may have screwed myself a little bit. I think it's game over, all because of some bad placement on my part. I got a little bit overzealous with building a bunch of residential stuff that I forgot all about the market building. Oh my gosh. Maybe I haven't mastered this game yet. Everything looks so beautiful, though, with all these parks. I got a little bit nutty with the parks. That's for damn sure. But they look so awesome. How could I help myself? I mean, look at this. Look at all this. What I would give to have a pond and a stone path in front of my door as opposed to the roaches. Jesus, this is amazing. You know what? I'm happy. Even though I'm going to lose, I'm really satisfied with the way this city has come out. Because in all of my other playthrough attempts, I didn't get that many parks. And the parks just add so much decoration to the areas. Man, oh man. But we're still going to lose. That's unfortunate. And there we go, folks. Unfortunately, we hit a game over before we filled our island to its capacity, but we did a lot of cool stuff. We made some very beautiful sections with a lot of parks and decorations, and overall, I'm happy with it. So with that said, we are going to take a break from Islanders for now, but I'm always going to continue to revisit this game. It's clear that I can't stay away from it because I enjoy it so damn much. With that said, there is plenty more content of all kinds coming to the channel. Magic the Gathering, The Division 2, and maybe even Destiny once the new season starts up. I'm not a big fan of Gambit, and if you play Destiny 2, I'm sure you can understand why. With all of that said, we're going to wrap things up here by saying the name of the game is Islanders, the name of the channel is iBluairJgR. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.